Hi, good morning, class 10. Guys, hope you all are rocking and doing good and full of energy and taking care of yourselves and your parents and everyone at home and studying, relaxing, and motivating your brain and your mind and your mental activities also. Mental and physical activities. See, you when you cook a dish at home, when your mother is cooking, or when you try out a new dish, you try to put all the ingredients required to make a good dish. Now, to make a good cuisine or a good dish or a good what do you say, lip smacking food, uh, you have to put the ingredients, required ingredients to make it good. You just can't say, I am seeing this apple, I'm going to make a pie out of it, I'm going to make a salad out of it. Apple become a salad. Now you buy the apple, you have to add to it, cut it, wash it, dress it, and add all the ingredients to make a apple salad or an apple pie or an apple custard pudding or whatever. However, so this comes to your life also the same thing. You have to have all ingredients in your life in a disciplined way. I may be boring you, but that's the way it is. I say it that way, that you have to have a disciplined life. Everything of each and everything you must have of little little. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So live your life to the fullest. Don't be on any decision. Oh, this is going to happen, I'm going to do this. Do it at the moment which is going on. If you want to prepare for a subject for tomorrow, for if you're thinking I'm going to prepare it for March exams, I've got my exams in March, will it be online, will it be offline, will it be writing, will I go to school, will I go to a different, none of that. Please put it out of your mind, just study. Do your job. If you are ready, even if your exam is in Timbuktu, you will be able to give it. You must know your subject. Times are bad, but you guys are the future. You are already 16 years old. All of you will be giving exams in 2021. So you will be 16 and 21. And 2 years after that, you will be voting and you will be going out in the country. It's a new era which is beginning. And once this COVID is solved, it will be a new part to live in. So you are most blessed, and you are very lucky to see this new revolution or this new change which is going to come up recently. Things are going to really change. Either it might be good, either it might be bad, it might be easier or it may be tougher. That depends upon how you are going to absorb it. Got my point? So pull up your socks, tie up your shoes, get strong, be healthy. See, to fight a battle you have to eat. To fight a war, when we were in military, we were given good food. I used to eat a lot of rabbit meat. You have to be strong to fight. If someone punches you, even you have to have that resistance power to accept that punch, to take in that pain, not hit back. You have to accept that. If you can accept it, then only you can retaliate. Got my point? So you have to be ready, prepared for everything, not only studies. You have to be prepared for each and everything in life. This has taught you, the pandemic has taught you, the lockdown has taught you. So anyways, instead of wasting time and cutting it short, so we'll just go directly to your SSC. And we were on, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, we were on the nationalism in India. Okay, and we had gone through a basic information about nationalism, Mahatma Gandhi and the idea of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in 1915 from South Africa. Gandhiji's novel method of mass agitation known as Satyagraha emphasized on the truth. Gandhiji believed that if the cause is true and if the struggle is against injustice, physical force was not needed to fight the oppressor or to fight the person who is against you. A satyagrahi, the person fighting the battle is called a satyagrahi, can win the battle through non-violence. People, including oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth. Truth was bound to ultimately triumph. Some part of the words of Nelson Mandela is added in this, I guess, because he was influenced and inspired by Nelson Mandela. In India, the first was at Champaran, Bihar, 1916, to inspire plantation workers to struggle against oppressive plantation system. In 1917, Satyagraha at Kheda to support peasants. 1918, Satyagraha at Ahmedabad among the cotton mill workers. Hind Swaraj, the famous book written by Mahatma Gandhi, emphasized non-cooperation to British rule in India. Then came in the new economic situation created in India by the First World War. Then we have so on and so forth, the Rolak Act and Jallianwala Bagh, the non-cooperation movement is also there in the first part. So first I'll read, and after that we will go through things. Then we have the Khilafat movement, the First World War. We were there at this part. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized Satyagraha movements in various places. In 1916, he travelled to Champaran and Bihar to inspire peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. Then in 1917, he organized a Satyagraha to support the peasants in Kheda district, Gujarat. Affected by crop failure and plague epidemic, the peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and were demanding that revenue collection be relaxed. In 1918, Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmedabad to organize Satyagraha movement amongst cotton mill workers. What my point? Satyagraha is a pure soul force from the mind. You do not react to anything. And during this formation of this Satyagraha went such a hit, it became so famous. Lathi charge is going on, they are sitting quietly. Hit me. But you have to know that this is wrong. They were becoming obstinate. So the Britishers put the Rolak Act. The Rolak Act was basically a very tough act in which the government had got no say. During during the British rule, there was a court, isn't it? Decision justice was there, but justice was not for the Indians because there were no Indians in it. Some were there, but they were all buttering the British. It is a Anarchical and Revolutionary Crimes Act of 1919, popularly known as the Rolak Act or Black Act. Was a Legislative Council Act passed by the Imperial Legislative Council. Now this council was of British, legislature of British India from 1861 to 1947. This became the Constituent Assembly after 1950. This was changed, indefinitely extending the emergency measures of preventive indefinite detention. This incarceration without trial and judicial review enacted the Defence of India in 1950 during the First World War. This they had made to stop conspiracies during war. It was the Rowlatt Act which brought Gandhi to the mainstream of Indian struggle for independence and ushered in the Gandhi era of Indian politics. Now the Rowlatt Act gave enormous powers to the police to arrest any person without any reason whatsoever. Now they had used this to curb, to control the growing nationalist upsurge which was happening in the country. Now, as Gandhiji's Satyagraha was going on strong, Gandhiji prepared, I'll go on a Satyagraha against this oppressive act. Now the Rowlatt Act Committee, named after its president, the British judge, Sir Sidney Rowlatt, that's why it is called the Rowlatt Act. This authorized the government to imprison any person suspected of terrorism living in British India for up to 2 years without trial, and gave imperial authorities to deal with all revolutionary activities. Now they were wanting a revolution and they called it terrorism. What did the government get? Who was the government? British government. The law was the British law, but it had a judge, it had everything. So they gave it in favor of the British, that you could pick up any person and put him into 2 years jail without trial. You won't be sent to court. No justice. You will be there, and they have the power to torture you and to deal with your activities which you have committed. They used to call it a terrorism. Terrorist. Then the unpopular legislation which was there provided for stricter control over press, arrests without warrant, indefinite detention without trial, and juryless in camera trials for proscribed political acts. There was no camera evidence. They used to have no common juries to give the decision. Common people didn't know what's happening. The accused were denied the right to know the accusers and the evidence used in the trial. Generally, I have the right to know what is coming against me. You have to expose it in the court. Then I will know, okay, you are bringing this against me, I have to defend myself. This was not there. Those convicted were required to deposit as securities upon release and were prohibited from taking part in any political, educational or religious activities also. Now Justice Rowlatt passed 2 bills, were introduced February 1919. These bills came to known as the Black Bills. Police to search a place and arrest any person, did not take any warrant despite much opposition. The Rowlatt Act was passed in 1919. The purpose of the act was to curb growing nationalists across the country. Mahatma Gandhi, what did he do? Among other leaders, was extremely critical of the act and argued that not everyone should be punished in response to isolated political crimes. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, member of the All India Muslim League, resigned from the Imperial Legislative Council. He was there in protest against the act. It also changed. Many people went into violence, got angry. Public also got angry. What nonsense is going on? Which caused the government to implement repressive measures, put more tough measures. Gandhiji and others thought the constitutional opposition to the measures was fruitless. So on 6th April 1919, he made a hartal. Indians stopped business, went on strikes, and they were doing fast, pray and hold public meetings against the Black Act as a sign of their opposition, and civil disobedience would be offered against the law. Now, they had bought the law. Britishers had their own people there. Mahatma Gandhi took a bath in the sea at Mumbai and made a speech before a procession to a temple took place, where the procession, the meeting is going to happen. This event was a part of the non-corporation movement, that we will go against it. We need opposed to this rules and regulations which was there. Okay, so I'll stop it here. I'll come back in the next video. Okay.